Mr. Cain.
Take a couple of questions. Yes, sir.
If we know
Wait,
that...
hold on, sir.
I'm sorry.
You got to ask the question.
Ask the question in the mic. Okay. If we know that the entitlement programs have tremendous amount of fraud, why is the GOP interested in the government saying, hey, that's the first thing we have to go after is our entitlement program? Why don't we go after the greed and the fraud and all the other things that go with the entitlement programs, and then see how that program is going to be after we get all that out of there?
You're absolutely right. We could make that a priority. Remember, set the right priority. Make going after cheating, fraud, and greed. That's billions and billions of dollars right there. I don't know exactly why they haven't made that a laser focus, but I can only conjecture that is because nobody wants to take that on. Nobody wants to take it on.
Social Security recipients have went for several years now without any kind of increase.
Exactly. So
but they can give Brazil $3, $4, $5 billion.
Right. So we just need to make it a priority as part of restructuring the whole program.
You take one more question.
We'll take both those questions.
Both those questions. And please say your name into the mic. Let us know where you're from.
Okay. My name's Jane. I'm from Marshall.
Jane.
Hi. First, I want to thank you for signing the pledge with Strong America Now on the Lean Six Sigma.
Yes.
That's exciting to see that. Second, on the energy program you talked about, but tell me about what you would do specifically as far as all of the different kinds, whether you're talking coal, ethanol, natural gas, and certainly our own oil. Will you work to level the playing field?
Right.
Or what are you going to do?
Several things. Here are the two biggest things. Number one, the EPA is the biggest barrier to more permits, more drilling, more shale oil production. So I'm going to have a regulatory reduction commission that I'm going to appoint that's going to go in and determine how we make things move faster. Some regulations we need. I'm not anti-regulation. I'm just anti-too much regulation. And the people on this commission are going to be people who know something about coal, oil, shale oil, natural gas, and they will be people whose businesses or individuals who have been abused by the EPA. If you've been abused by the EPA, like Shell Oil, I'm going to ask the CEO of Shell Oil, would he like to be on this commission? And give me some recommendations. The people closest to the problem are the ones who can solve the problem. That's one of my guiding principles. When I wanted to find out at Burger King what was wrong, why we were not as profitable as the other regions, I went and asked the people in the restaurant on the front counter selling pizzas to the customer. And they said, we're not consistent enough. We had too much stuff going on in the restaurant. Go to the people closest to the problem. The second thing that I would do is I would encourage the use of flex fuel technology in this country. They have it in Brazil. That means that ethanol, methanol, all of the other different oils will compete with one another. And the marketplace is going to decide which one is going to be dominant. But you make all of them available at the pump. And the cars have to be converted to take. You pull up to the pump, if you want ethanol and gasoline, dial it up for ethanol and gasoline. If your car is ethanol and gasoline. If you want methanol and gasoline, you dial it on ethanol. You want all ethanol, you put it on ethanol. The marketplace will sort it out. Now here's the thing about the flex fuel technology. It already exists. When I was in Brazil a year and a half ago, and Brazil is energy independent, practically energy independent, and we still needed to give them a few $1 billion to go drill some more of their oil. I don't understand that. But Brazil, they are pretty close to energy independence. And it is because they use flex fuel technology that they started to install over 20 years ago. Do you know who developed the flex fuel technology? The automobile companies here in the United States. They know how to do it, but they just haven't had the incentives. Last question, sir.
What's your position on gun control? Gun
control. I support the Second Amendment. I do not believe in restricting access to gun control. If a state wants to pass something that requires background checks, that's a state issue. That's not a federal issue. But no, I strongly believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. Let me give a couple of closing comments, Mayor.
No,
All right.
I'm going to try and blend it back.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was reminding me. Now, the straw poll is coming up in August. We are going to be there.
Yay.
We are going to definitely be there, all right? Yep, we'll be looking for you. Now, if you would like to go, and we're inviting you to go, see Kevin over here, or some of our other folk who can help you get tickets if you want to get tickets and all this kind of stuff. We're not, you know, we want you to be there and be a part of it. Let me tell you about what we're going to be doing at the straw poll. We're going to have some fun. Okay? Trust me. Those of you who may have seen our announcement rally in Atlanta's Centennial Olympic Park, we've got excerpts of it online. That's how we have a party. So we know that it's a straw poll and people are going to vote and cast their, vote for who they would like to have as the Republican nominee. But we also going to have a lot of fun, and I would love to see you all there. We're also going to have some surprises. You just never know what we might do in order to surprise you. So I hope you all will be able to make the time in order to come to the straw poll. Folks, this nation is at a critical turning point. It is currently headed down the track of socialism. And I said it. When you look at government trying to dictate where a company builds facilities, that's socialism. When you have a government that takes over 1/6 of our economy to build a big brand new bureaucracy with the promise of healthcare costs going down and access increasing, and it's doing just the reverse, that's socialism. And the list goes on. Now the good news is, folks, it's not too late to get it back on the right track. But that means it's going to take a lot from all of you and this massive movement that's going on across this country. My name is hermancainqanda, and I'm running for president, and I'm asking for your vote.